Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is Indiana Homes again here at California Adventure. So, come on along for the ride.
Here we are.
You gotta love this California weather, I tell you. And it is just gorgeous out, just beautiful. It rained yesterday, a little bit the day before. It's cloudy this morning a little bit. Some big cumulonimbus clouds, but now it's just spectacular. So, here we go, folks. California Adventure. You gotta love California Adventure. It represents all of, well, not all, but it represents a lot of what's great about California. It represents the national parks, or at least it gives a nod to the fact that we have a lot of parks. It gives a nod to the amazing architecture and the history. And speaking of architecture, we have the Cafe Circle right here behind me, as you can see. And it is just such a beautiful building. I just love it. But I think, you know what we're going to do? Is we're going to walk down Hollywood Boulevard, or at least California Adventure's Hollywood Boulevard. So here we go. This gives you the feeling, the impression of Los Angeles, starting from probably the 1920s or 30s. And they kind of do a mashup of all these different famous buildings that have a particular architectural aesthetic. As you'll see, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see. You got the classic music going here. The Hollywood, Gone Hollywood building over here on the left is reminiscent. I think it takes its style from the famous Bullock's Wilshire building, which was a beautiful and very special kind of department store. Very high-end. And then over here at the Disney Theater, you have sort of this motif that you would find on buildings maybe in the 1930s. You can see there's a radio tower up there on top. That's pretty cool, right? And then over here on Off the Page, this building also takes some design cues from some of the buildings around East Hollywood, I'd say. Over here on the right, you have award winners and the Sunset Showcase Theater, Mickey's Philharmonic, okay, and you have that classic movie theater marquee. As we walk down the street here, you can see what a beautiful day it is today. It's just gorgeous. Sit down. Those clouds up there in the sky are actually painted. Those aren't real clouds. And to our left, we have Hollywood Studios, which has a lot of great attractions in there. We'll take a look at that later. We're going to continue on down Hollywood Boulevard. There is the animation building, the Disney Animation Building, which again has a very classic, old school Los Angeles vibe to it. And yet, you know, with the glass windows and that kind of wave-looking angle to the glass and frames and the glass frames, you have sort of a modern appeal to it. It has a very three-dimensional, you know, popping out kind of feel to it, and it's a great attraction if you want to go see how animation is done and see what animation's all about. We do a good job in there. Over here on the left is a nod to Fairfax, a famous street in Los Angeles, and you have the Fairfax Market here, which is I think a nod to the Farmers Market, which is on Fairfax. And then again, another great building right here, if you look up. just really cool. Looking back, you can see all the palm trees, and walking through now. Sounds like a show is going on, probably over here to the left. And then straight ahead, I'm going to turn around so you can see it, is the Hyperion Theater. And Hyperion is another famous street in Los Angeles in Hollywood. Again, kind of East Hollywood, Old Hollywood. It would have been the Hollywood near where Disney's original studio was, a small studio. And they have this spectacular painting here. And you see Walt Disney's feature-length feature, Pinocchio, Walt Disney Presents Fantasia, and of course the El Capitan Theater. If you look right here, the El Capitan Theater is a beautiful historic theater on the, you can't really tell from the outside too much, but you can really see it from the inside. And I've seen a lot of Disney feature animated films there. Disney owns the El Capitan now. I don't think it always did. But now they have the Jimmy Kimmel Show in there. Jimmy Kimmel on ABC television. Okay, so now we're going to walk over here and we're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy ride. This is a spectacular ride where you go up and down an elevator, and it's very industrial looking inside. It's very science fiction kind of looking forward and backward at the same time. It's kind of like retro futurism, I'd say.
You guys all have what it takes to join.
It's like Mickey's over here doing something. I'm just going to keep walking by here, try to get away from everybody.
Yes, you're all total rocks.
Do you want to press the button? Try to get it sometimes sticks. That's all right.
So there's the Guardians of the Galaxy right there.
Love you, mean it, Guardians. Out. Don't be a stretch.
So now we've kind of entered in the Marvel Universe themed part of the park here. They have the PYM Test Kitchen, which has some really great food. It's right over here. And they actually serve alcoholic drinks here too, which are actually very yummy if you're into that kind of thing. What do we have up here? It looks like Captain America up here, like right there. It's a bright, sunny day today. There's Captain America right there. Oh, he's taking off. See his spaceship up there. And over here we'll see the PMY Test Kitchen right over here. So you want some yummy eats and maybe some alcoholic beverages? The PMY Test Kitchen is super yummy. You'll notice that it's a totally different vibe here. Of course, that's set by the music too. It's nice to get in the shade a little bit sometimes. Yummy shawarma. A shawarma food stand there, a food cart. And then over here on my right is the Web Slingers. Web Slingers is a very fun ride. It's very interactive. So if you want an interactive style of ride, I would say Web Slingers is something you might really enjoy. And then of course they also have the Web Slingers Web Supply, which is a gift shop that has Marvel kind of things you can buy. You can hear the very exciting music going on now. Looks like a show just got out. A lot of people coming out right now. We are now exiting the area that contains the Marvel Universe rides. If you're a Marvel fan, you cannot miss this. This is such a cool area. There's a big crowd over here on the right. I don't know what they're doing. But if you look over here on my right, there's this big crowd. I guess maybe there's a parade coming through or something. It could be. Gotta love the parades. California Adventure, Disneyland, they have the best parades around. Okay. Leaving the Marvel Universe area, you'll see over here on my right, on my left, which is over here, is Grizzly Mountain. I'm not sure that's what they call it actually, but you can see, if you look up here, that mountain looks like a grizzly bear right there. Pretty neat, huh? And a lot of waterfalls as well. It's a really fun wet ride. On the other side, the ride has big rafts in it, and I think it's called Grizzly River Run. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. You know, my brain doesn't always function. Here's a good view from over here on the walkway between areas where you can kind of see one of the other instances, the entrance I just came out of to the whole Marvel Universe land. Again, I'm not sure that's what you call it. We have the Golden Vine Winery over here, which is fun. They have some very good wines here that I absolutely do enjoy sometimes. You know, I mean, I'm not a big drinker myself, but I will enjoy a glass of wine with a steak or some kind of nice, yummy entree, lunch, or dinner. All right, now we're coming into Cars Land. Cars Land, I think, is my favorite land in California Adventure, and one of my favorite lands in the Disneyland California Adventure theme park. If you look over here, this is the entrance to Cars Land, and you come here and they have photographers that will take your picture in front of this, and then you can download them from the Disney app. So, if we look over here, we're now coming into Radiator Springs, right there. Radiator Springs from the Cars animated film. And I'm going to turn the camera around real quick so you can just see what we're coming into. Over here is Mater's ride. Mater's Junkyard Jamboree is actually the official name of this ride, and this is super fun. This is a super fun ride. I go on this almost every time I come. You can see it right there. Tractor Crossing, right? I'll post some video here too and include what that looks like. And you get a lot of other cool things here, like Sarge's Supply Hut right here. And again, in Hollywood, there was actually a business that was very famous called Sargent's or Sarge. I think it was Sargent's Army Surplus. And when I was younger, with my folks and all, we'd go there and buy camping equipment. Now over here on my left is the Cozy Cone Motel. They have these great cones here that look like traffic cones. Traffic cones. So these traffic cones, oh, big helicopter, that's unusual. You don't see helicopters or airplanes crossing the Disneyland property too often. Interesting. Oh, look. here come some of the characters from Cars. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it.
It's Mater.
I am a pre-seasonal instrument of speed and aerodynamics.
How cool is that? There goes Mater down the street.
You never know what you're going to find here at Disney's California Adventure. Looks like they're setting up pictures. There's a big line here to get pictures with one of the cars.
Let's see right there. Let's see the big line here. It's actually not that big of a line. It's a pretty mild line.
We went that way.
And you've got this classic building there. It says lobby, very reminiscent of motels from like the 1950s and 60s. That's awesome. And here are these traffic cones that house various
Sundries, actually like ice cream sundaes and sodas, and you can get con queso, concoctions, top cone. Everything has the word cone in it. Okay, now we're gonna walk through this way. Again, another one of my favorite rides coming up here, excuse me, is Luigi's. And you're gonna see Luigi's over here on my left. Luigi's Casa della Tires. Now this is a super fun ride. Rockin' and Rollin' Roadsters. And again, I'm gonna show you how that ride works. It's very cool. So Luigi's is really fun. And then if you're a little hungry, you might want to stop off over here at Flo's Cafe and Gas Station. Of course, they don't really have any gas, but it's the idea of like what these kind of places were like back in the day.
back in the day in the 1950s, 60s, and even early 70s. Ethel Tulsa Tea. Flo's V8 Mobile Cafe. It's so contrast to hear the sun and the shadows right now, probably making it a little bit difficult for my camera to record this, but there we are.
Okay, now we're going to continue on. Let's go check out Luigi's Della Tires. Casa della Tires, Luigi's Casa della Tires.
I'm gonna come in from a different angle for you. I love the Radiator Springs. Little Princess. It's the Radiator Springs Cheerios. There's a really cool little gift shop here. All these old gas pumps.
From back in the 1920s and 30s, maybe even into the 1940s. So, I'm coming around the side of Luigi's as opposed to going through Luigi's to get on the ride. But here you see the Horn o' Plenty right here.
And there's the Horn o' Plenty. The Horn o' Plenty has giant spark plugs and oil cans and some kind of gears and motor oil. Pretty cool.
SWITS
So here we are, Luigi's Rockin' Roadsters. You get a good view of what this is all about from over here on this side. So it looks like the cars are getting ready to start their trip. And they're moving.
Look at that. Is that fun or what? They look like they're dancing, right? Like dancing cars.
The cars go forward, the cars go backwards, the cars go sideways. They perform this little dance that's really kind of very unique and beautiful. It's so much fun. I highly recommend this ride. And wait for it. There they go.
I think that is the most fun you can have in a car. Dancing cars. Who doesn't love that? There you have it. Luigi's Rockin' Roadsters. It's kind of a mix of old 1950s roadster cars from Italy, convertibles, and Italian music and dancing and just general fun. Some music here that's reminiscent of Elvis Presley. We have the House of Body Art, Ramon's House of Body Art, right here behind me. Fun, fun.
It's a nice gift shop. Let's go in there. What the heck? Let's go check it out. Guys love this shop. It's kind of oriented towards people that love cars, people that love car culture, which is of course very California, very Route 66, very much the car culture that is seen in the Cars cartoon. And you see they have some really nice artwork here as well. A little art gallery. Nice stuff. And if you're hot, you need to cool off. They have these really cool water fans. Water goes in the bottom, turn on the fan, it's battery operated, and this spins around and it mists you. They're like misting. Okay, now we're coming back out to Radiator Springs Fire Department.
There's the fire department. Now, my favorite ride in California Adventure is straight ahead. It is the Radiator Springs Racers. So this is the entrance to Radiator Springs Racers. Super fast ride. You get in these cars and the cars race side by side like you're in a real race. It's super cool. We're gonna walk over here.
There's the entrance right there. And this particular area looks like Utah or Arizona. It's very cool. Of course, you know, that's probably what
Cars is modeled after. That is Cars, the animated film. It's probably modeled after that kind of landscape that you find in Arizona and Utah and Nevada. And so we're going to walk around through here so that you can get a better view of these cars racing through the ride. Oh wow, I just noticed off in the distance over here, you can see
the Grizzly Mountain right there.
This is such a fun place. I just love this place. It has a nostalgic kind of feel to it. You know, it kind of feels like the 1950s with the Elvis style music and with all of the buildings and of course the connection to the Cars animated films. So we're gonna go around the side here where we can see the finish line and see cars come through as they're racing. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see this.
Okay, look right here, and you're gonna see some cars racing through at any moment. Notice all the cacti. This is all real cactus. This is not some fake plastic cactus. This is the real deal. They've done a really good job. And when you look at the mountains in the background and these rocks and all of this landscape, it looks so real. There they go! Racing through. Should be another one coming by shortly.
Okay, we're gonna wait for them. Right over here.
Here they come.
When you're actually in the cars, it feels like you're going so super fast. And at some points you are. When they take off from the start line, they just rip it up. They just tear it up. It's crazy fast. Okay, let's head out through Radiator Springs again, down Route 66. That's the main street of Radiator Springs. It's Route 66. Kind of cool, huh? So let's head back up and take a look at everything from a different direction. Everybody's having fun. Hi. Such a fun environment. Let's see. Maybe we'll go over to the area which is now being resurfaced, refaced, rethemed is probably the word to use. Over there, the area that is reminiscent of San Francisco and the Bay Area, Monterey, San Francisco, and it's being rethemed, and it's going to be called San Francisco. San Francisco, I think that I'm saying it right. And I think this is partly, if not entirely, modeled after some of the scenes from the Disney animated film Big Hero 6. If any of you have seen that, Big Hero 6. So they're kind of rebranding that area, or retheming it. And it should be really cool, but I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of scaffolding today. It'll be over here to the left. Have to watch where you're walking here. Walking and talking. It's a skill. It's a skill I sometimes don't excel at, but I give it a shot. I try. Oh, listen to that music. That is super fun.
It's kind of like by the edge. Right here.
And here we go, heading towards it.
And you can see there's a lot of people coming my way. So this is currently called the Pacific Wharf, with the Boudin Bakery and the Ghirardelli.
Ice cream and chocolate that way. We'll come back to that in a little bit. At the moment, we're gonna walk this way. Now, if you check this out, if you look over here, you're gonna see there is some scaffolding up, and you can see where it says San Francisco. It's kind of right there. There's some scaffolding in the way. And then Wharfside Travel Agency, Bait and Tackle. So they're maybe keeping some of it, or maybe it's sort of still in transition. And then over on the other side over here is the Golden Vine. This is a area that has very fine food, very good beer, very good wine, and it's supposed to, and I'm guessing that it's supposed to represent wine country, like up in Sonoma County and Napa County. Wine country Trattoria. Excellent food. If you want to eat some super great food, that's the place to go. Ah, look, I see some new signage over here. I'm going to turn around and show you. Right here, San Francisco
Square Canning Company, Port of San Francisco, right here and here.
So, the branding has already started to take hold in this area. I think it's going to be really exciting. I think it's going to be really fun. Oh, look at all those fish over there. We're going to come across the
Orange Bridge here that is sort of reminiscent of maybe the Golden Gate Bridge, but on a very teeny weeny tiny scale, but still very cool. I mean, look at that. Pixar Pier is over there. Straight ahead is Ariel's Undersea Adventures, a really fun ride. I do love that one.
Okay, so now when we get to this part, we have a choice of going up to Pixar Pier or to going to San Francisco. It just depends on which bridge you take. This is still called
Pacific Wharf. If you look at the bridge right there, it still says Pacific Wharf. But over here on the right, we have Pixar Pier right here. So let's go through, oh, I don't know. You know what? Let's go this way. Let's go through Pixar Pier. This has a real old, like, turn of the 19th to the 20th century feel in old photographs that I've seen of, let's say, Long Beach, California, Santa Monica Beach, California, and maybe some of the other northern port cities where you have piers. This Pixar Pier is very reminiscent of that kind of a aesthetic.
They say no, but you can't.
Don't change positions. Yeah.
Ah, the smells here. The smells are just so yummy. You just want to eat. You just want to eat everything. I mean, I wasn't hungry when I came here, but walking around and smelling all this wonderful food makes me super hungry. I want food now, but I'm going to wait. It's only about maybe 4 o'clock or so. Nowhere near dinner time for me. And then they're like, ooh, we still make, there's some really nice seating over here.
Very structured.
Right here. And get your food over there, and then eat over here. The Incredicoaster. The Incredicoaster here is incredibly fun, but incredibly intense as well. My wife loves the Incredicoaster. I have now stopped going on it, as it seems to always make me feel a little bit dizzy and a little bit off balance afterwards, let's just say. And depending on if I've eaten or what I've eaten or if I've not eaten, can make me feel a little bit queasy. There's some great billboards here too. Look at these. Over here on the right. This is a nice view right here. Get a nice view here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
So that's the Incredicoaster taking off. If you are a single rider, like my wife is, because I don't usually ride on this with her anymore, occasionally, once in a while, but if you're a single rider, then you can stay, or you can stand in the single rider's entrance, which will get you on a little quicker, actually, than waiting in the regular line.
So there it is. And you can see, it's just a short line. It's not very long.
This coaster just kind of surrounds you. It starts over here on the right, and then goes over here and goes up and then down and all around. I'm gonna get over here so you can see this thing take off, because it is quite the rocket ride. You hear them screaming.
That's where they're going to start from. And that's where they're going to go. And then they go all the way up there. And then across there. And it's up and down and sideways. And okay, here comes another one. Here comes another one. They're about to start. You're going to see them just tear past us. Watch those expressions.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
So fun.
Let's wait for another one to come.
Okay. Another one should be along any second. Over across the water here, you'll see a lot of piping. They have a really beautiful water show here in the evening at night. And then just beyond that, you can see there's another ride that's really fun. Okay, here we go. We've got another coaster coming. And they're just about to take off. And there they go. Let's watch one more. You can see some of the Pierside dining right there. And there's the Zephyr over there. Just beyond the billboards over there, you can see a little bit of the landscape from the Radiator Springs Racers.
But it's been happy, excited. Yeah, that's us. Just barely hanging on.
Okay, here we go. Here comes another set of cars about to take off. We're going to follow this one.
Is that fun or what? I mean, come on. That is just the best. If you want some excitement, the Incredicoaster is the way to go. Here's the Incredicoaster. I'm going to turn the camera around for you.
There it is, Incredicoaster.
And we're coming up on Jesse's Critter Carousel. There's Jesse. So some of these rides over here on my left are, you know, a little bit more tame, a little bit more calm, a lot more calm than Incredicoaster, but I think more designed for the little ones, you know, more designed for the kids. You'll see moms and
Children on this ride. It's a typical carousel with some cute little cartoon animals.
this area along the pier here is so cute. It really has that feeling of like maybe 1900, maybe 1880 to like 1920, something like that, 1928. Oh, let's take another look at the Incredicoaster from this angle. Okay, another one's coming.
The Incredicoaster is about to launch. We're right up by where it starts to make its vertical climb. Here it comes.
And there it goes. This is the Toy Story Midway Mania. And you can see actually over here we've got Jessie and who's with Jessie?
There they are. You gotta love those. So cute. That's so cute.
It's you.
Do you think he had a snake in his shoe?
Real all the toys
Oh,
are inside.
Mr. Potato Head.
All over the place set. Even a couple of little green men that the missus insisted on adopting. Don't get me wrong. They're cute. I just wish they'd stop singing. You guys want to hear a song?
Yes.
I heard a yes in there. Hit it, boys. Big train mania. You'll love this game. It's so insane. Everybody, I said everybody play it. Everybody sing it. You keep the same. But you play the same. Midway mania. How
fun is that? How fun is that? We've just seen Woody, and we've seen Jessie, and Mr. Potato Head, all in just a few feet of each other. It's pretty awesome. Ah, they got angry dogs over here. Yum! I love me some angry dogs.
Over here we've got Wall-E Space Race. We've got the Pixar Pal Around, which is Disney's Pixar's version of a Ferris wheel. Very cool. Look at that. And of course, you saw Mickey's head from the other side. But this is a good place to also see more of the Incredicoaster as they come through. There they go. The Pixar Pier all around. It looks pretty tame, but when this thing gets moving, you can see that those cars start rocking. And so you gotta watch out when you eat what you eat. You see some more Incredicoaster cars coming here in a second. There they go.
I almost had a bee on my nose. That bee was getting a little friendly. I like bees. I just don't like them on my nose. Oh, what do we have over here at the Pixar Promenade?
Great.
They have gift shops along here. They have food stands along here. If you want to get your shopping on, you get your shopping on. The Incredicoaster just went over the top of us. I think you heard that. And Whirlwind is over here. Whirlwind is a very cool little coaster. Not a coaster, I should say a ride. It's kind of like balloons.
It's the Emotional Whirlwind.
The Emotional Whirlwind, right behind me. Fun little coaster, a fun little ride. When you're walking through here, you're actually in the structure. The Incredicoaster wraps all around this area, so you're walking under it, and its cars are just flying around through the area. The Silly Symphony swings right here are closed at the moment. There's some nice signage for the Pixar Pier right here. Pixar Pier. Let's see if I can get closer to that. And the Pixar Pier is where we are. Some nice signage for the Pixar Pier right here. This is one of my favorite areas to eat in. Right here, we're at the Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta Restaurant, right there. And what's great about this area, it's very shaded. They have a lot of trees and they have a lot of seating. A lot of seating here. So if it's a hot day, if it's really sunny and you're just kind of a little bit tired, this is a great place to get some food, sit down in this kind of garden area, and really enjoy your food and relax a little bit. The Garden Grill is very yummy too. The Garden Grill has a lot of great food Garden Grill is right here. Should be able to see it there. Garden Grill. Let's see what they have.
Ooh, buffalo chicken tenders, loaded burrito, sweet Thai chili, al pastor larded fries. I love that. And impossible chili fries, dulce de leche mousse tart, and some kid meals as well. And then they have a little area devoted to Encanto, the movie over here, the Encanto characters. And so different times of the day, on different days, they will have
Characters from the movie here, and you'll be able to take pictures with them. So I'm just taking a picture of myself right now. Right here. Who don't we talk about? You know who we don't talk about? We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. Okay. Heading out of this part of the park where we have the wonderful dining experience under the trees. On my left here we have Goofy's Sky School right over here, which is a small roller coaster, much more appropriate for young kids. So if you have like really young kids and Incredicoaster is too intense for them, or they don't meet the height requirement or something, then this is the place to go. Looks like it might not be open right at the moment. This time of year, May and June, starting probably in April, about halfway through April, and then into May and a little bit into June, we seem to see a lot of rides go down for either refurbishment or for maintenance, different things like that. And I think that's what's going on now. The jumping jellyfish are really fun. I don't think they're open right now, or maybe they are. Let's see. Jumping jellyfish right here.
I think the jumping jellyfish are open, and I think they're just finishing loading people right now. So let's take a break here and see what's happening with the jumping jellyfish.
The Jumpin' Jellyfish ride. Very good for little folks, for youngsters.
Oh, there it goes. And they're going up, 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 up. Up into the trees. And down they come. Look at how excited, how much fun those kids were having. You can see there's actually 2 towers with the jumping jellyfish. So they've got riders on both towers right now. They're both going up and down.
It's kind of a gentle ride, but you know, it does get you up in the air, and there's that excitement when you go up. You get to see the park from a different angle than you'd normally see it. Here's a super fun ride on my right, the Zephyr. The Zephyr ride. This is great. These big silver rocket ship things, they look like, again, like they're kind of retro futurism. Looks like the kind of science fiction type of rockets and rides and things that you would have seen in 1920s comics, or even in 1920s, 1930s science fiction magazines. Try to get a better angle to see the Zephyr.
You can see the coaster. You can see the... There they go. They're starting to go. They're going to go up. There you go, they're lifting off. And there go the Zephyrs. They swing out. It's a really fun feeling. I mean, it looks like maybe they're not going that fast, but when you're in them, it really is intense. You see how they swing out so much. And then just beyond that, you see the Pixar Pals, Pixar Pier, and the Pixar Pals Ferris wheel, although we don't call it that, right? But you can start to see how the cars on that ride start to swing back and forth. And then you can really see from here how big the Incredicoaster is. It starts way over here and then goes all the way through here and all the way over there. Huge area. Well, looks like we're testing out the water fountains. Look at that. Some dancing water. Oh my gosh, look at that Incredicoaster. It's fun to see the fountains in the daytime.
Incredicoaster back in there, and the Ferris wheel. Over here's the Zephyr. Kind of get to see everything from right here. Get myself into some shade over here. There. And now you can see a little bit of everything. The Incredicoaster and the Ferris wheel. All of Pixar's fun attractions, sort of from this angle. Straight ahead over there is Ariel's ride, which is really great. I love it. It does a really good job of telling the story of Ariel from the original animated film. You can see Midway Mania over here. Some of the rides.
So at night, usually around, I think it's 9 o'clock at night, they have a wonderful water show here with music and lights, and the water changes color and the water dances. It's really super great.
I highly recommend it. Okay, so coming up from the water, from the little lake there where the water fountains are, straight ahead is Ariel's ride, and you'll see
Her father right up there.
So, now we're going to leave the Pixar Pier area in San Francisco, and we're going to head over through this cute little street over here, the Embarcadero, which has these very classic San Francisco style buildings that look like some of the famous buildings I'm sure you've seen. Here's Ariel's Undersea Adventures right here. That's Ariel's Undersea Adventures. I highly recommend it. Super fun.
So here we are at the Embarcadero. I love these painted ladies.
In San Francisco, there's a famous street. I'm sure you've seen it, maybe in the news or in a documentary. And these famous old houses are called Painted Ladies because of their beautiful pastel and sometimes bright colors. Okay, now we're heading over to Eureka Gold and Timberland, which is actually Grizzly Peak, okay? Grizzly Peak is where we have this water raft ride, and it gives you this feeling of, you know, sort of like national parks, sort of like the Sequoia and Yosemite and places like that.
You can see right there, they're going up the ride. They're going up the ride here. You can see them right there. And they're going to be at the top, and then they're going to come down in a river rafting ride here. Here's a good view of the rafts as they've come down the big waterfall now, and they're heading back, or they've actually come from the loading area, I'm sorry, and they're going to be heading up that big incline. Look at all the greenery here. Look how pretty this is. Over here we've got the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. It's a really fun area, both for children and adults. It's like a forest in there, and it's very educational and fun too. So here's another view.
It's very peaceful here. It smells like pine trees. It smells like the forest. Back in there where the trail is, you have like giant tree houses. I don't know how else to explain it. Oh, look, here we go.
Here's where the rafts have just loaded, and now the passengers are taking a slow, gentle ride around the bend here until they start that incline that takes them on a pretty wild, rapid ride. It's like you're on the rapids. You'd never know from how gentle this ride starts to how intense it gets, and I guarantee you will get wet. You will get very wet. See how they're all nice and dry right now? Not for long. And then you can see Grizzly Peak right up in here. They're so nice and dry right now.
You don't hit those and they go over. That's all I can see right
Okay, we're gonna head over here. We've got the Russian River Outfitters, which is a nice gift shop. This feels very national park, state park, kind of foresty.
And there's the entrance to the Grizzly River Run.
Where are you going? Really dry.
Okay, we're going to head over here so you can see the rushing rapids and watch the people come down the big rapids. See, look how wet they are now. They're a lot more wet than they were before. They were dry, but now they're wet.
Grizzly Peak Recreation Area. This is sort of the angle from where you can see the Grizzly Peak rapids, the Russian rapids, and see those rafts come down. Okay,
we'll wait for them. Here they go. for that scream. There'll be another one coming along shortly.
You're on the right? Okay, we'll look for you.
Look right there. Now, by this point, they've already soaked. By this time, they're already very wet, but then that last drop gets you wet one more time. You can see how beautiful it is here. I mean, it really represents sort of that California state park and national park scenes that you find here in California. These places you travel on vacation. They've really recreated it here beautifully.
You guys are looking for a door on the right, so you come down and you kind of look around for him. Okay?
So there you have it. Grizzly Peak, Russian Rapids. Okay, we've walked almost all of California Adventure now, but there's one ride that cannot be missed. We're coming into the Grizzly Peak Airfield right now, and you'll see here we have a beautiful billboard over here over my head.
And just say,
I get it now.
and this gorgeous old airplane here. It's very cool. A lot of people stop to have their picture taken here. It's the Grizzly Peak Park Service airplane.
Okay, it's Mickey Mouse.
We'll pretend it's Mickey Mouse.
Wait, social media.
Grizzly Peak, land of scenic wonders, yours to enjoy. Classic old painted billboard. Beautiful old airplane.
So, now this is a ride that is not to be missed when you come to California Adventure, and that is Soarin'. Soarin' is, again, one of my favorite rides. There's so many favorite rides here in California Adventure, but Soarin' is really spectacular. It takes you on like a hang gliding, kite style ride across California, and you see California from the air, which is really kind of amazing.
Oh my goodness, my God.
Here's the entrance to Soarin' right over here.
And then you've got Humphreys Service and Supplies across the way. Grizzly Peak Airfield.
One of my favorites.
810 for Big Thunder Mountain now.
And then you'll notice that Soarin', the building, I don't know if you can see it, but the building is like a giant airplane hangar. So it really has that airfield, old airfield kind of aesthetic to it.
Let's go.
Humphreys right here.
Old style gas station. There's a really cool map here of Grizzly Peak showing Humphreys, Smoke Jumpers Grill, Red Ridge, Grizzly River, all these really cool things. It looks like a Park Service map. And then you've got to love this cross-country rambler This is an authentic cross-country Rambler station wagon. Some of us were lucky enough to grow up going cross-country on vacation with our parents. This is a 1956. And if you look inside here, you'll see a lot of the classic supplies you'd have on one of your family vacations. You got a basket, some old thermoses, picnic basket, binoculars, an old Polaroid folding camera. I mean, look at that. How cool is that? In the back here, you've got an old wooden backpack frame, a stuffed teddy bear for kids. You've got camping supplies, an old desert water bag for your radiator, and you've got sleeping bags, and an old, probably a Coleman lantern, it looks like. I don't know if you can see that with the reflection. And then some of that old Samsonite luggage, and a classic wooden canoe. These are amazing. These wooden canoes are worth a fortune now. People build reproductions of them for actual, water use, and they charge thousands and thousands of dollars. And back in the day, that's all you could get. Of course, now everything is either aluminum or fiberglass, and of course now PVC plastic. Less expensive, less weight, easier to take care of. So we're walking out of the Grizzly Peak Park now, and if you want some really yummy food, over here on my left is Smoke Jumpers, which is really great food too. Grizzly Peak, thanks for visiting.
We were like happy for life.
And now we're heading back sort of into the center of California Adventure and heading towards the Cafe Circle restaurant again, which is very fancy. But if you're not that fancy, you can have churros at Willie's Churros over here. Willie's Churros. But if you are kind of fancy and you want to drop a little coin, then the Cafe Circle restaurant is definitely a place to stop and eat. It's got the yummy food. The building to me is reminiscent of the Automobile Club of Southern California's headquarters building down in downtown Los Angeles, kind of south of downtown Los Angeles now, sort of near USC. Okay, so we've just walked pretty much all of California Adventure. We didn't go into too many shops today, but I think we will do that. We will go into some shops. One last look here down Hollywood Boulevard. You gotta love Hollywood Boulevard, right? There it is. If you want some good coffee, I mean real good coffee, then you probably want to come over here to the cafe. They actually have Starbucks here. It's the Cafe and Bakery. Right there, Cafe and Bakery. And you'll notice they actually have Starbucks coffee. This is the stuff you want to get. And they have a lot of yummy things like ice cream and bakery goods. All the things your tummy wants after you've been walking around all day and enjoying rides. There's another view of where I just left, Grizzly Peak entrance. And this is all right off the circle here. Off the circle that kind of takes you to the different lands in California Adventure. The main street, when you're coming into California Adventure from the turnstiles, is Buena Vista Street. And why is it called Buena Vista Street? Well, because that's where the Disney studio is located. It's located on Buena Vista Street in Burbank, California.
One of the really nice shops here is Elias and Company, and it's named Elias and Company because Walt Disney's father's name was Elias Disney. So that's right here if you want to go get some or shop for some nice stuff. Let's go see what they have in there. I think I need a new t-shirt myself.
This is the 100-year anniversary theme of merchandise they have with Mickey and Minnie in the purple and silver for 100 years. And they've been celebrating Oswald the Rabbit a lot here in California Adventure and a little bit in Disneyland as well, because Oswald preceded Mickey Mouse in Disney's cartoons.
And then later, Mickey was developed. And there's a whole story behind that. Maybe we'll do a video on that.
Splash Mountain, yes?
And we're exiting California Adventure.
Going back under the arch and back towards the turnstiles.
I got you yelled my name.
I like it to
Đây là mấy ạ?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from California Adventure today. I hope you've enjoyed my walk around California Adventure, and I hope you'll want to look at some of the videos that I've made of some of the rides here. I have made videos of all the different rides, and you can see those rides in like real time with me riding them and see how long they take, the ups and downs, the spins and splashes, all the things that make the rides fun. So, until next time, this has been Indiana Homes. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.
Please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. Thank you very much.